Imagine if you could shrink all of Earth's 4.5 billion years of history down to a single day. On this day, modern humans, Homo sapiens, would appear just 7.5 seconds before midnight. Over the remaining 350,000 seconds, we would reshape the planet, build magnificent monuments, paint breathtaking works of art, wage countless wars, and experience the entire scope of human joy and sorrow. But the story of our emergence holds many wild secrets. And if we're sent back to Africa, where we first appeared, we'd face a bizarre world of extinct giants. Restricted to the continent for millennia, our ancestors would encounter biomes and beasts that vanished long ago. From elephant-like mammals with 13-foot tusks to a giant buffalo that charged its prey, here are the extinct animals that we would find in Africa if we traveled back in time. For 280,000 years, Homo sapiens stayed in Africa before finally dispersing around the world some 70,000 years ago. Most of the megafauna we'd find there would mirror today's animals, just with some eerie twists. The Eurasian megafauna consisted of saber-toothed cats, woolly mammoths, and stegodons, while Africa's most famous extinct creatures are sadly restricted to the fossil record. That said, Africa is home to the world's oldest and tallest mammal ever discovered, both of which went extinct around 11,000 years ago. Paleoloxodon, often called the Mammoth steppe, encompasses several species ranging from the gigantic Piantaquis of the savanna to the island dwarf P. recchi, inhabiting Zanzibar. However, this example focuses on P. gallamensis, the 13,000-year-old Reiki descendant found in Kenya, standing 4.2 meters, 13.9 feet tall, and weighing 15.3 tons. It was not only twice as heavy as an African bush elephant, but also boasted even longer tusks. This subspecies had the longest tusks of any mammal, reaching 3.3 meters, 10.8 feet each, swung with 2 skull protuberances protruding above the eyes, boosting muscle power by 35%. These creatures probably defended themselves against lions and hyenas. Did we hunt these titans with spears and javelins, perhaps? But butchery evidence suggests it was a dangerous endeavor. Among the most extraordinary extinct creatures we might find in Africa is the giant buffalo, Syncerus antiquus, a relative of today's Cape buffalo. Fossils of this behemoth were unearthed in Kenya and date back to 0.6 million years. Standing 3 meters, 10 feet long and 1.85 meters, 6.1 feet tall, this giant bovid weighed about 2.2 tons, rivaling a white rhino. The giant buffalo possessed 2 large horns measuring 1 meter, 3 feet each, which could span 3 meters tip to tip, making it one of the most feared horned animals in Africa. Cave paintings depict them locking horns with rivals and stampeding across the landscape. Their short tempers match their imposing stature. If we traveled back in time, we'd witness the giant buffalo charging at 56 kilometers per hour, 35 miles per hour, easily goring us with its deadly weapons. After surviving the giant buffalo, we could encounter a creature straight out of a Jurassic Park sequel, Rusingorix, the dinosaur wildebeest. This extinct mammal from the family Bovidae inhabited what is now northern Kenya during the Pleistocene epoch. It earned its nickname due to its low trumpet-like call reminiscent of a hadrosaur. Interestingly, the animal's nasal passages resembled those of modern-day giraffes, suggesting a shared ancestor. Giraffes, however, use their elongated necks for feeding rather than communication. So if we heard a dinosaur call in the forest, we'd know we were dealing with a Rusingo. Luckily, it stood only 1 meter, 3.3 feet tall, and weighed 30 kilograms, 66 pounds. So while not too imposing, its presence might startle us. Kenyatragus lived alongside the giant buffalo and other extinct relatives of modern wildebeest. One specimen, K. boyne, was found near butchery marks, indicating that we hunted it. Unlike the recently extinct steppe bison, Rusingo is thought to have disappeared from the fossil record around 10,000 years ago, potentially due to climate change or competition with other herbivores. Our Homo sapiens ancestors wouldn't be alone in Africa. They'd coexist with other hominin species like Homo heidelbergensis, who would later split into Neanderthals and us, as well as Homo naledi, a robust tool-making relative. Additionally, we might cross paths with Dinopithecus, a peculiar primate that thrived between 2.5 and 1.5 million years ago. This large baboon-like creature weighed 77 kilograms, 170 pounds, and roamed southern and eastern Africa. Its defining feature was massive canines that may have been used for intimidation or display rather than feeding. living alongside early hominins, including Australopithecus, Africanus, Dinopithecus, shared similarities with baboons, but its skull and teeth structure distinguished it as part of the great ape family. While Dinopithecus might not pose a threat to us, it's worth noting that other large primates like the Gigantopithecus, a 3-meter, 10-foot-tall gorilla-like creature from Asia, did prey on humans. So we'd be wise to remain cautious. If we journey to the forest, we might encounter a short-faced, short-legged, chubby warthog ancestor known as Metriosaurus. This mammal, belonging to the family Suidae, roamed across Africa 2 million years ago. It's a member of the subfamily Clufonchinae. It shared common ancestry with desert pigs. Despite its stocky build, Metriosaurus grazed on vegetation like modern warthogs. Measuring 1.2 meters, 3.9 feet at the shoulder, and standing 1.5 meters, 5 feet tall, it weighed approximately half a ton. Its 4 sharp tusks served as weapons against predators and rivals. The skull-pelvic reconstruction suggests a strong bite force enabling it to devour carrion and contend with large carnivores. While extinct today, its descendants, such as desert pigs, continue to thrive in Africa. As we traverse Africa, we might catch a glimpse of familiar animals with a twist. Consider the Sahara zebra, a large subspecies of plain zebra, which once roamed North Africa until its extinction 5,000 years ago. Depicted in rock art across the Sahara zebra stood 1.5 meters, 5 feet tall at the shoulder, and boasted a flowing mane and tail. It inhabited the Sahara's more humid past, thriving alongside other megafauna like elephants and giraffes. Speaking of giraffes, a taller subspecies, Giraffa camelopardalis, Tipple-skirki, roamed what is now Turkey 10,000 years ago. This subspecies stood 6 meters, 19.7 feet tall, towering over today's giraffes. Fossils suggest a once widespread species with multiple subspecies distributed across Europe, Asia, and Africa. However, it disappeared around 7,500 years ago, possibly due to changing climates, competition for resources, and hunting pressure from humans. Another creature we might spot is Stephanorhynus, an extinct rhinoceros genus that inhabited North Africa, the Middle East, and Central Asia between 3 million and 12,000 years ago. One species, Stephanorhynus paleoloxodon, known as the hairy rhinoceros, once roamed Jordan, where its fossils were discovered with stone tools indicating that we hunted it 250,000 years ago. Standing 1.5 meters, 5 feet tall, and 2.4 meters, 7.9 feet long, this rhinoceros sported a prehensile upper lip for browsing and a small brain relative to its body size. It's unclear whether the disappearance of Stephanorhynus resulted from natural changes or human influence, but it's believed to be the last representative of a long lineage of rhinos that diverged from modern rhinos around 5.5 million years ago. Many of these creatures have left behind preserved DNA in the form of mitochondrial DNA, allowing scientists to study their evolutionary history. The direwolf, for instance, is known to have gone extinct around 12,900 years ago. While most of its closest living relatives inhabit zoos and wildlife refuges, we can learn about its behavior, appearance, and genetic makeup through preserved samples. Similarly, the woolly mammoth, an iconic Ice Age creature, has provided valuable insights into its species through its preserved DNA, helping us better understand its place in the mammoth family tree. Now, if you've enjoyed this journey through Africa's extinct giants, stay tuned for more prehistoric encounters. Our next adventure will take us to North America, where we'll explore the fascinating world of Native American megafauna. Don't forget to share your thoughts below. Which extinct animals would you love to see brought back to life and why? Until then, remember to subscribe to the Extinct Bones channel so you never miss an exciting episode. And thanks for joining me on this incredible journey through time. Let the adventure continue.